Hello, welcome back to Colours Lab. Now I know it's been a while since I posted a video, but I feel like it's kind of important to do so at the moment because I'm getting a laser cutter. A good friend of mine that I know from the makerspace, our local makerspace, Swindon makerspace, link in the doobly-doo, if you're local enough for it to be useful. He needs to get rid of his for complicated reasons that, to be honest, I don't even know. But I've made space for it. There! So you've got 2 by 1.5 metre. I'm going to hopefully install the laser cutter there and not blind myself. That's pretty much the plan. Now it is Thursday today. The laser cutter is actually turning up on Friday, so I guess the next shot you'll see is on Friday. Flipping heck, that was a mission getting this thing in the house. Anyway, down to brass tacks. I've pretty much got everything I need here, and then some, to laser cut more or less anything I want, within the exception of some bits and bobs, but I'm not going to complain for what I'm getting for more or less free. What I'm going to do now is going to show you lot around what bits I got, and then what the first plan is, and then I'll probably leave it there for this video and I'll keep you apprised. So, the compressor, fume extractor, random ATX power supply for reasons of stuff, screws, and another random thing I don't know about. The compressor is important, the air extractor is important. This is all stuff I'll just have to figure out what it does later, I suppose. Quick point to make, this is all took from my workshop. Ignore everything in those boxes there. The laser cutter itself, so if I open up the hood, we've got the aluminium frame made of that proto rod stuff, whatever the frick you want to call it this day of the week. The laser tube, motors of varying sizes and strengths, probably all Namla 17s knowing the person that used to own this, and the control box over there, which I'm going to show you in a moment. Lovely 3D printed parts, which is good because that means I can use my peruser to print replacements, which is also a good thing. Then there's the rat's nest, power system, control panel, something. All the guts that makes it chooch. Sorry, Ave. There's a lot of work to be done here. Ramps board. Ramps 1.4 I've checked. I know those because of my 3D printer experience. All of that makes no sense to me. That is just an ATX power supply. There is another power supply that I'm going to show you in a second that actually drives the laser tube, which is up there. I showed you it in the last shot. But yeah, this is going to need completely reworking. Luckily, the person who owned it before was planning to make a nice little enclosure for all that with that spare rod. So I'm going to make a nice little rack thing eventually. I don't know how freaking far down the line that's going to be. But yeah, this is going to be my life for probably the next couple of weeks. Now here's the sun. Deadly lasers. Power supply for the laser. This is the thing that takes the standard mains in. I believe it's 240 volt AC. I haven't actually checked. Yes, it is. Thank God for that. That takes that and turns it to about 2 kilovolts, something like that, at a stupidly low current. But the voltage is so high, obviously there's a fairly large amount of power behind it. You see, it even uses silicon reinforced wire because it's such a serious thing. And this is what actually drives the laser tube. Now, I'm well aware of the dangers of high voltage. I've actually played around with them since I was a young age because my dad used to own television repair shops back when televisions used electron guns. So yeah, this is going to be fun, but that is definitely down the road. I want to make sure the underlying electronics for the motors, the CNC aspect work perfectly fine. I want to make sure there's a box, tons of work to do before I even fire the laser properly. Sorry about the diminishing light, it is quite late. So, the cooling system. Obviously the laser tube, up there, I'm going to show you in a bit before we close the video. This is rather important, because obviously there's a lot of energy going into that laser, and only a certain amount of it actually gets turned into laser radiation. So we need to dump the excess before it, breaks it. So this is a PC water cooling radiator, a PC water cooling pump. Now that might just be an aquarium pump, I haven't actually checked yet, to be honest. Just a simple loop, closed loop, obviously, with just the radiator, pump, thing back and some fans underneath. I haven't actually going to bother showing you those that blow the air past and make sure it doesn't get too hot. Now the laser cutter at the makerspace, the local makerspace, Swindon makerspace, I mentioned it earlier, they have a refrigerator system to drive the cooling for their laser tube. Overkill, definitely overkill. I think this is more than enough. So yeah, I know what I'm doing with this, happily, because I diddled in water cooling before with computers, so that shouldn't be a problem, and if all goes to plan, I won't even need to touch it. And there's the money shot, the laser tube with the awesome looking warning sticker and mandatory Chinese, or Mandarin, I don't know, it's not English. Now, this is obviously what does the shooting and fires the laser, because it is a laser. But this is where I'm going to end off this video, because there's a lot of tidying up that needs to be done before I even start to think about doing anything else. I'll keep you apprised. The next video will be probably me building a desk to put this thing on. Very similar to the desks that I use in my workshop, more than likely. I'll probably throw in a photo at the end of the video to show you what those look like.